Alright, 2011 Mercedes ML350. It's the 4matic. I'm doing the water pump. The pulley's getting a little loose. Let's see in here. So, water pump pulley. Maybe it's hard to see in the video. Squealing in the morning, especially on cold mornings. The dealership replaced this top pulley, thinking it was maybe that. And of course, still had the sound. So I saw the water pump pulley was loose, so obviously it's the bearings making noise. So far all we've done is we got the coolant draining, which if you come under here, it's the there's a red, and of course no light. There's a red, it's hard to miss, drain. So it's right under here. Got a red plug right there on the left side of the radiator driver's side. You can see it come out there. It's almost done now. Make sure the engine's cool before you do this. Yeah, just give it a few minutes after driving it before you pull that plug. And of course, pull the coolant cap so it could drain. And then all I've done is taken the serpentine belt off by loosening the tensioner right there. I still got that socket and ratchet on it, and then you just loosen that, belt comes off. And then the only other thing I've done is right here, right there, there was a pulley. I just pulled that off so I can get to these water pump bolts all the way around. So I'm gonna get those off, and then that should be it to getting it off. So here we go. Alright, so there's all the bolts loosened. If you look right, there's the best way to do it, because there is a few of them, just to look at this to see which bolts are missing. So they're starting here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's for the pulley. And even now I gotta go back and look. Yeah, so this one's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Just double check, I believe there is 13. And the way I'm gonna do it from down here, and by the way, these are all either 8 or 10 mil bolts. I believe the 10 mil are in the positions just around the pump to hold it, to secure it best. I've never seen that. Usually all the same size, but yeah, there's 10 towards the middle and someplace on the end, and then the rest are 8 mil. They are like 8 points, but I just got it with a regular 6-point socket. So now what I'm going to do is, it's hard to see down here, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the bolts out of the old one, starting here, and just line them up. So this one here, then this one, then this one, then this one, and then when I go to put this one in, I can just take them off, starting at the end, start here, or however you want to do it, just so you don't get. So all those bolts are lined up in there. Doesn't look neat, but it is, this way, and then this way. Down here, got a clamp. I should just pull out. So I need 2 hands, but all that does is you're gonna pry the sides, and it's gonna slip out, allowing that hose to drop down. All right, so it's almost ready to get out now. That hose pulled right off, and I just have it hanging there. Clip came right out, pulled right out. You're going to want to make sure that O-ring is clean. I didn't check the kit. I don't think it comes with another one. If it does, replace it. If it's not, clean it up. Make sure it's not damaged, or get a new one, or else you're going to do all this over again, draining the coolant and stuff. So there's 12 bolts. Don't forget about looking at the pump. This one here, and from the top, it's hard to see because it's like under this. Don't forget that one, because you should never really have to pry. So I'm going to need 2 hands to get this out, but now it should just come. So that's it, seal went out. I know I just said you don't want to pry. I did. This has almost 100,000 miles on it. I did have to pry with it in the car. The best place, I just stuck this flathead under here and I just pried it out, and it popped right out because it wasn't coming out by just pulling it by hand. But you don't ever want to pry too hard, because then you can just break some other stuff. So that's the old one. Now I'm going to clean up the face of that block, all that red stuff, so I can put the new gasket in. I'm going to end the video here. I usually don't like doing that. I like going through install too. I'm in a rush today. But just clean that up. Gasket goes back in. Make sure when you're tightening it, I don't have the torque sequence on me or the spec, which I should, but I don't. If you don't, these bolts are just hand tight. Usually for me, hand tight's around 30 to 40 foot-pounds. That's probably what they are, 30 to 40. Do not crank these things. They're tiny bolts. They thread into an aluminum block, so you don't want to strip it. You really, this is going to turn into a $1,000 job if you strip out one of those bolts. So if anything, just leave them looser than you think, and if it leaks when you start it, just tighten them up. But you know, when I do it, I just do just like a wheel, opposite here, 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 here. Just use your best judgment. Don't go too tight, but don't go too loose. Just really snug by hand is good. One hand. That's gonna be it. And then coolant goes back in. Let it run for 5 minutes with the coolant cap off the reservoir. Don't forget to close the radiator drain plug. Let all the air boil out, and I think you should be good to go.